Pure Media's Mining Weekly Online is talking to Alan Woodlake, the Business Development Director of Murray and Roberts Cementation, and Tony Pretorius, ETD Executive of Murray and Roberts Cementation. Alan, we're sitting here at this great training centre. You've had tremendous foresight to get training going in South Africa. What is the strategic importance of this to the Murray and Roberts Group and to South Africa?
From a strategy, I think it is important, and I think you realise in walking through the facility over here, that one of the main drivers is to actually deploy people onto the sites that firstly understand the safety aspects of the work that they are about to actually be put onto the sites for. And that is the key driver that we have in the group, is to improve safety in all our operations. And I think that it forms the backbone of all the training modules that Tony puts out over here, is improving the safety levels. And if we have a look at the statistics, we believe that it is having a major impact on our safety stats that the group actually has. And we can be proud of the statistics that we have, because they are mostly competitive to most of the mining industry, or if not better than the mining industry. One of the key aspects of our clients in getting their mining licenses is the SLP, social labor plan, that forms part of their application and their mining right. And as a part of that, you will, as any operator or as a major contractor on the mine, you will always need to employ people in the local area. That implies that we are always starting almost afresh with the majority of the people on every single project. And without a facility like this, we would not be able to bring on board people that are competent and people that can actually perform the work safely.
It's all about really understanding the requirements at the operation where we are to enter into a service offering with, and understanding the needs. Typically what type of machines are operating there, the mining method, the standards, the procedures, the safety requirements. And then we customize learning material to meet the specific needs of our various customers. Coupled to the fact that we believe we have the technology, with advances that we've made in the technological field, we are easily able to customize our service offering to meet our client objectives in terms of education, training and development around technical skills of the various employees employed on that particular operation.
Alan, this is not only for Murray and Roberts, you've opened it to the mining industry in general. Why did you do that?
I think that we realized that the facility that we are building over here had the capability to actually provide a service to the greater community around the mining industry, to provide the people that do not have the basic skills that can get them into the mining industry.
How many people come through this organization a year? What is the capacity over what period of time, and how many people are on site now?
Murray and Roberts Cementation has a firm belief that we need to be actively involved in community development initiatives. One of the initiatives that we are running is the Community Development Learnership HSE Level 2 National Certificate Program, where coupled to that qualification are supplementary other short courses to allow the individual the advantage to enter into the mining business at entry-level positions, semi-skilled positions. And to come back to your question, you know, in the first year that we launched this initiative in collaboration with the mining qualifications authorities, that is allowing us the opportunity to grants that they provide us with to fund the program. We started in 2016 with 5 learners and then walked our way through to 2017, with approximately 287 learners, where we've now arrived to date in 2018 with over 380 learners on the program. And I'm very proud to make mention as well of the fact that our absorption level, where learners have been absorbed by some of our operations and other industries, is huge, to the tune that I would sort of really give a guesstimate around 50%. Absorption rate, which is something that we really need in this country. As we know, skills development is one side, but employment opportunities and creating opportunities through skills development is certainly the other side of upside to our business here at the Murray & Roberts Training Academy. We apply a situational leadership approach to the education, development and training of our learners. What that means in simple terms is the learner will start through inductions and then gradually be exposed to the foundational elements of competence, the theory components, which we use various platforms for the delivery of theory. As you saw earlier on, we make use of a mass assessment clicker type program where learners are encouraged to interact. It's in a facilitative manner. There's cross-pollination of different learning and experiences. Very grateful for that particular area of learning. And then of course you need to couple that to our electronic learning. Many people refer to it as computer-based training, where we make use of a lot of medium such as videos, pictures, different diagrams to bring about the learning to the learner in an accelerated manner. Then we take the individual out of that learning space and we introduce them to the virtual environment, where we put them into an immersive environment, which is very similar to where they will be actually working back in the workplace. And we refer to workplace hazards and risks and the various activities that take place in those areas, so that they can really have first-hand insight to how these activities should be performed safely back in the workplace, before allowing them the opportunity to climb onto a typical simulator, where we will look at 3 areas of proficiency: health and safety, machine appreciation, and workplace productivity enhancement. And then we will then end off at the training academy, where the learner will be found capable and issued with a license to practice after he or she is able to demonstrate their basic skills acquisition back in the mock-up environment. And it's at that point that we facilitate the further workplace integrated learning back in the workplace, where the individual would need to supply the service. After a certain period of time, a summative assessment will be carried out to be able to gauge applied competence at that level. So it's a really comprehensive process with ingredients such as passion, talent, expertise that I believe my team has, which puts us on the competitive edge of what we do here. We are a people business, and understanding being a people business, it's also about respecting the learner, understanding that the learner has a right to learn. And we do not want any of our learners to be reported as people being harmed after a hard day's work.
How much has been invested so far? How much does it cost a year? How do you fund this?
There's 2 parts to that. So the one is the capital investment that we have put in, and you have actually seen some of the simulators that our operators go through. And each of those simulators are in the order of about 2.5 million rand a piece. And we have numbers of them that we can change over, from drill rigs to trucks to loaders and the likes. To the capital investment to the tune of some 20-odd million in our shaft training facilities, where we have 4 mock-up shafts to actually train the people in the unique skill of shaft sinking, and the way in which we do it, and which, of course, we do it differently from the balance of the industry in South Africa, where we apply a more mechanized approach that we have gained from our Canadian sister company. And looking at, on an annual basis, with the level of numbers of lecturers and trainers that Tony has on site over here, the costs of running the facility is in the order of 16 million a year. We have courses that accommodate people at various levels in the organization. So from the people that you are seeing over here, from the semi-skilled people to the operators, we then have courses with regards to the foreman level. We have introduced learner miners. We've introduced courses with regards to apprentices, so that we can do artisan training. And we do that in conjunction with partners that we have in the training environment. We also then have courses that we do outside, everything from administration or HR, finance. We do courses in project management, because that's really the field that we're in, and we try and get all our project managers, our contracts managers that are on the sites to have a professional qualification behind them, the likes of a P&P, which is a project management professional. Beyond that, obviously, we have the burses that we obviously are sponsoring at the universities, and then bring in our graduates and put them through the training as our new leaders in the organization.
Typically, on a monthly basis, we have around 300 learners in training per day, and we average around 560 learners in training, having attended various interventions a month. Annually, we're looking at around 7,000 learning interventions, different interventions. On our workplace skills plan, we showed this year a 270% improvement on what we had initially set out to achieve. But on average, the forecast for the next year would be around 3,000 learning interventions that we plan to host here at the Academy. It also depends on of course, our business, but that sort of really gives you much of a guesstimate. Gender breakdown with our communities, we focus on 50% black ladies and men, to support the national drive in empowering black women into the mining industry. Within my external clients, it's a lot less. I would imagine it's around 25% black female. Our objective is to improve on that figure year on year.
Some of our clients have allowed us to actually do the mine induction here, which would normally been carried out by them on the site. And they've realized that we have, obviously a world-class facility with the right level of trainers and lecturers, and then passed that responsibility on directly to us prior to our people going to site.
That was Creamer Media's Mining Weekly Online, speaking to Alan Woodlake, Business Development Director of Murray & Roberts Cementation, and Tony Pretorius, ETD Executive of Murray & Roberts Cementation.